everybody, grab your seats and welcome to the show.
As I was watching Dry Bear on stream one day, I saw he was playing a game that had a map similar to Warhammer 40k Gladius. This instantly caught my attention. I sat there and watched Dry Bear play for another 4 hours and bought the game for myself. Here are my thoughts on the game known as Humankind. Humankind is a 4X game made by Amplitude Studios. 4X stands for Explore, Expand, Exploit, and Exterminate. I know that's 4 E's, but just trust me on this one. It's X, okay? It's X. It's a subgenre of the strategy-based computer and board games and includes both turn-based and real-time play. You can play this game with your friends or by yourself. In this game, you start as a nomadic tribe, progressing your way through the eras in history. The normal pace of the game lasts 300 turns. There are 5 different speeds to play this game at. You can make them quicker, but don't get to experience everything the game has to offer if you choose the faster blitz game mode. However, these game speeds are still very fun for a quicker match that can be finished in about 2 hours. And there are also 7 different difficulties that you can play at. Now that I got the basics of this game out of the way, let's talk about gameplay. Build an empire, take control of its resources, defeat your enemies, gather fame. Simple as that. Each turn you have to decide what can make you the most fame. This allows you to progress through the eras of the game. Do you want to focus on money, merchant fame, or would you want to go a builder and focus on the builder fame? Maybe warfare is your thing. Each one of these are options in this game. Expansion, building outposts, every decision that you make affects the game. You decided to play a merchant, but you don't have any resources because you started to tech warfare and don't have enough resources. Well, now you're at a disadvantage. Choices pop up all the time. One choice that popped up can be a plague and cost you population, so you need to think everything through. I am losing my mind making this video. Let's talk about the 6 eras: Neolithic, Ancient, Classical, Medieval, Early Modern, Industrial, and finally Contemporary. In each era, when you gather enough fame, you can choose a new culture. Each era has its top cultures based on the bonuses that they give you. Sometimes you don't get to pick the culture that you want because someone had reached that fame level before you, so they would get to choose it instead. First come, first serve. Such is the way of humankind. Figuring out the best way to gain fame is the true challenge here. This adds some fun layers to the gameplay. However, you can get focused by multiple opponents at once, and you have to defend, so you would be getting behind in the fame race. City management is a lot to work. Easier difficulties, less to worry about. Harder difficulties, more to worry about. Now, as your population grows, you can allocate those resources into what department that you want. Money, food, science, industry. Armies take population away from what you can work with. Technology is a huge part of this game. Every unit building bonus that you get comes from this tech tree. As you go through each era, you unlock new tech. In order to speed this up, this is where science comes into play. This is where you would move population into science, or you would build science structures. There's also civics and religion that affect your gameplay, and they give you bonuses throughout the game. Let's talk about movement. Movement is clunky. It's on a grid, but if you go off a river, you lose your movement. If you go up a mountain, you lose your movement. You can have anywhere from 3 to 9 spaces, but if you go off one of those things, 3 and 9 movement is exactly the same. Warfare, everybody likes fighting, right? Yeah, sounds a lot of fun. So the first person to attack gets to go first. There are reinforcements, but only once you get organized warfare online. You have to go and enter the battle, and then you can click them and drag them in from one spot and run in. It's basically rock, paper, scissors. Combat strength is going to be your most important thing in the fights. And then there's going to be high ground, behind walls, defending. All of those get bonuses. If you're in a forest, you have advantages against archers. So if there's a river, walking up the river, you're going to take more damage. So make sure when you go to battle, you check out the battlefield itself. There's huge advantages from getting reinforcements, but going first can also be the best. There's a spot that you can take in the map, and if you hold that for 3 turns, the battle automatically ends and they run away. We have made it. The end of the video. Time for my conclusion. This game can make me rage so hard, but I absolutely love it. I am constantly playing on higher difficulties, always fighting wars on multiple fronts, strategizing on exactly how I'm going to defend my base. I get behind in the fame game and eventually lose, but I'm improving each time. Each time my fame score is getting higher and higher. I think the most important thing is city management. If you don't have good city management, you fall behind. Sometimes it's better to just defend strong points rather than going out for war. This is a slow-paced game, very strategic, and I absolutely love it. Just the other day on my stream, I was saying I hate this game, but I had to learn the game mechanics that the tutorial and the resource guides did not do a good job explaining. And once I learned it, the hatred went away. I'm going to say this is my game of the year. 9.4 for me. Thank you, and have a great one. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and even follow my Twitch.